This is really shocking, treasonous stuff coming out of Canada. Q1 2025 immigration numbers have been announced, and over 800,000 new immigrants are in the country between permanent and part-time residents. This is insanity. 75% of Canadians say that we cannot handle more immigration in this country. Every piece of economic, housing data backs that up. Our healthcare system is an absolute disaster. I know two people that passed away that didn't have to because of how goddamn slow the system is. Estimate of 70,000 dead Canadians who didn't have to because of how disastrous our healthcare system is. Housing is as unaffordable as it's ever been in this country due to foreign ownership of housing. You go through our set of social services are an absolute catastrophe. There's open crack smoking in major cities everywhere you walk. We cannot withstand more healthcare. And this is something that's repeated itself in history time and time again. You look at Rome, 3rd to 5th century, they had comparable immigration. It led to the downfall of that republic. You look at Argentina in the 19th century, very similar demographics entering the country, led to the downfall of the republic. If you do not have the infrastructure starts, if you cannot supply the healthcare necessary to your population, if you cannot withstand the social services necessary, you cannot let another 800,000 people in Q1 2025. It is not an exaggeration to say what Mark Carney and the Liberals are doing is traitorous. There's no other way to define. There's not an argument that, oh, this may be necessary for our GDP. What a made-up number. GDP should have absolutely ridiculous. Oh, we need to fund the retirements. No, there's data point after data point after data point. What they're doing to this country is a net negative, and it's not even close. It's not even debatable. And outside of the statistic, for anybody who has spent the entirety of their life in Canada, they know exactly what I'm talking about. This country, the past 10 years of Justin Trudeau and now Mark Carney's Liberal leadership has been nothing short of a goddamn catastrophe. The transformation that Canada has withstood over the past decade plus is truly shocking. How much the demographics in this country have changed, how much the social services have gotten poorer and poorer and poorer. Canada, it looks, the vast majority of people who have not been to this country in a long time, when they arrive here, they are shocked. It looks much closer to India or the Middle East. And I don't blame the immigrants. It's a compliment that immigrants want to come. I blame our goddamn government. It is traitorous when they know that we cannot withstand more immigration. Yet Mark Carney, because he gets rich, $37 billion worth of real estate assets owned by fucking Brookfield Asset Management, where he worked, global elitists who are literally making policy in what could be one of the greatest countries in the world based on what's best for the top 0.01%. Canadians have had enough of it. This is pure insanity. How can you claim with a straight face that in Canada we live in a democracy when 75% of the population, as overwhelming a consensus as you will see on any topic, state that we cannot afford more immigration in this country, yet they continue. And if you look at a chart to immigration to Canada, post-COVID, there was just an explosion. We went from allowing about 100,000 people into the country to all of a sudden 1.2 million a year. Just an absolute explosion. But Carney, unbelievably, go look at a chart. It's even more extreme now with Mark Carney as our prime minister. That chart headed upward. It has got even more extreme. There is absolutely no justification for this. This is traitorous. This is traitorous behavior. We know that this country cannot withstand it. Yet the Liberal Party, their woke ideology, they are so separated from any facts that their ideology trumps all, including what is good for the now incredibly 41.5. It was 32 in 2015. Now 41.5 million Canadians who are their primary responsibility. It's common sense. The primary responsibility of any government is to look after the citizens who elected them. You're not the goddamn prime minister of the world, you globalist clown. You are the prime minister of Canada. This is insanity. Canadians need to get out and make their voices heard, because I don't think Canada can even withstand. Are you kidding me? 800,000 in Q1. If Carney continues at this pace, 3.2 million people in a year. I know he signs up to this insane century initiative that says 100 million people in Canada by 2100. This country, as we've known it, is going to cease to exist in the next 2 to 3 years if we continue the immigration policies at this current rate. And I can only imagine with the boomers getting older, how the healthcare system is going to continue to deteriorate. We have a government in Canada that is intentionally destroying this country for the profit of an incredibly small number of global leaders. Canadians need to stand up and say no. I'm hosting a Take Canada Back rally Saturday, September 13th, Parliament Hill, noon. If you're interested in attending, let me know. Same day as the UK is hosting their rally. I want to get tens of thousands of patriotic Canadians in the street. So sick of seeing foreign flags all over the place. This is Canada. If you can't stand up for Canada, get the fuck out. This is Canada. We stand up for Canada here. We need patriotic Canadians in the street, or absolutely nothing is going to change. Saturday, September 13th, noon, Parliament Hill. I'm now over 10K followers on TikTok, and the Canadian government is not a fan of distance. Please make sure you're following me on YouTube, youtube.com/@FightForCanada 2025. Like, subscribe, share this message if you're interested in attending. Saturday, September 13th, noon, Parliament Hill. We need patriotic Canadians to get out there and say enough of this insanity that our government is forcing on us.